Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone can hear me. I am so sorry for being late. I respect your time, guys, so much. I know you're waiting. I'm always trying to be on time, but I had some technical issues. I don't know. My laptop is keep freezing. We will get through it somehow today. We will improvise. I don't know. My usual fear for lives are technical issues. Okay, I'm not a techie. I don't know how to quickly fix things. It all needs to be ready. It all needs to be set for me. Otherwise, I get stressed. Okay, but we're gonna survive. It's gonna be fine. We came here. I had comments on X that we all need a group therapy session after yesterday's podcast of Candace and Baron. So here we are. I hope everyone has their coffee, their Freddos ready. I want to give a quick shout out to Donna, our moderator for today. She's amazing and she's doing stellar job managing everything here. So guys, show some appreciation, please, for Donna, because she's really, really great in the chat there. Okay, I made my notes for today and then I found out something insane. I feel like I should turn off all social media 2 hours before I film. Otherwise, I keep getting these crazy news and I keep adding things to tell you. But this one I will leave for the end. I will give you one hint. Erica Kirk might get that Oscar after all. All right? Have that in mind. People from Tip USA, as you saw by my title and by the thumbnail of this video, started posting responses to Candace's yesterday's emergency podcast, and things are getting wild right now. I thought they would take some time to regroup, to strategize this situation, but no. You know, they don't like to take their time, actually. We remember Erica took the whole 2 days, right, to address the nation after what happened to Charlie. So no, they don't wait. They immediately get in front of the camera. Blake Neff was immediately on X trying to ridicule the whole thing. Frank Turek almost immediately got in front of the camera and started threatening Candace with God's anger. It is insane to be online right now. If you don't know what happened yesterday, I think we all know, but just in case there is someone that didn't follow up, wasn't here, was somewhere on Mars and didn't watch the podcast yesterday, Candace had an emergency podcast, released new pictures from the inside of Charlie's SUV. The SUV he was transported in from UVU to the hospital. Candace had those images for months. And of course, Candace being Candace, she was waiting for the liars to reveal themselves before she published them. However, Baron convinced her to release the images before she goes on a 2-week summer break, because between the images she had and the one he showed us last night, it was a lot to take in. And now, Tip USA has 2 weeks before Candace is back to come clean. They have 2 weeks to gather themselves, to tell the truth. Okay. The pictures they shared contain some items that we, the sleuths, need to try to figure out what they are. Baron went live right after Candace and also spoke about a picture that was very new to us, a picture of Charlie's chest, or a piece of it, showing weird bruising and a clean square patch, as if something was glued to his chest at the time he was hit. I am going to show some of the images, though I will blur things maybe that might be like bodily fluids or anything that could get me in trouble here. It's been weird lately here. I have to be very careful, more careful than usual. But if you want to look at the original pictures while we discuss them, I provided links to those in the description, all right? So you can click while we discuss it. Those are links to X posts, by the way. So yeah. But while all of it, everything that was said and shown yesterday is insane, more things happened after the fact. So like I said, Blake Neff responded in the most Neffy way possible. Frank Turek decided to go on camera and respond to Candace's accusations. And what exactly are the accusations? Well, she strongly suggested that Charlie was taken out by his microphone, the one that was clipped on his shirt, and that the shattered pieces of it can be seen on the floor of the SUV. it got very dark yesterday. It got very emotional. I was anxious. I don't know. It was tough to go to sleep after. So we will get into all of that. But before we do, it's time for the Fredo question of the week. Okay? I asked people on X, and today I'm asking you all. Let me pull it up. We're going to be doing it every week, by the way. There's going to be Fredo question of the week. Here it is. If you could ask one person involved in Charlie Kirk's case one question, and they had to answer truthfully, who would it be, and what would you ask? Get it? If you could ask one person involved in Charlie Kirk's case one question, and they had to answer truthfully, they have no chance of lying, who would it be, and what would you ask? I think it's a good one for today, for this week. So really think about it. It could be anyone involved in the case. The lawyers, Kash Patel, Erica, Andrew Colvett, Lance Twiggs. Who would you like to ask a question to if they had to be truthful? They drank the potion of truth and they can't lie to you. Who and what would you ask? I'm going to read your answers at the end, so you have time to think about it a little bit. Okay, so as usual, I am going to start at the beginning and what led to this moment. Why was it so important for Candace to release those pictures? And it's because of what Brian Harpel said in his interview with Sean Ryan. And I'm going to play that video. I know you've probably seen it before, but we need a fresh memory of it because nurses that work in the ER and trauma reacted to what he described. Not the same ER or trauma department at the hospital where Charlie went, just nurses that work in that type of departments, okay? 5 different nurses claimed whatever he described there was all BS. It's not possible. Okay, so let's listen to Brian Harpel once again. If my laptop decides to work ever again. Here it is.
We get to the hospital. Actually, we make it to the hospital through the traffic. We've got full wound pack in. We get out and we carry in to the door. Once we make it into the door, we see a gurney on the left-hand side. We put him on a gurney and then I wheel him into a room. I start giving the patient information to the staff there. I end up getting on top of him and cutting the shirt that he had on off, that white Freedom shirt. And so I cut it off so they could get to him, so that I didn't articulate this to them, but I wanted to get that stuff off so they could put a defibrillator on him. And so, and then started talking about pushing drugs. And so I was back and forth with them on drugs and defibrillator. And so then, once you get that shirt cut off and moved out of the way, there's enough of medical professionals in there. And so I just want to get out of the way. And so I got out of their way and walked out in the outside.
I can just imagine Brian Harpel sitting on top of Charlie, having a discussion with a medical professional about what drugs they should give him. I can almost guarantee that if they called that they were coming with GSW to the chest, there would be 20 different people in scrubs waiting for them in front of that hospital. So far, we don't know if they called the hospital. They claim they did. Nobody can't find those particular logs. And the ER was empty when they came in. Does not make any sense. Amy S. on X spoke to 5 different nurses, like I told you, to get their perspective of what Brian described happened and if it sounded normal to them. All right? I want to show you what they had to say. Here you go. This is her tweet. I hope everyone can see well. So she was actually talking about Lisa Knows, our favorite person online, the one that goes live a lot with Paramount, Not So Tactical. She was answering to her because Lisa Knows claims that it's very normal. Nurses said that the nurses she knows, she said, no, it's normal. What Brian went through, it's absolutely normal. It happens all the time. You know, like random people jump on patients, cut their clothes. You know, it's very, very normal. So Amy wanted to speak to nurses and record it and show us the receipts, okay? This morning, I have spoken to 5 different nurses, she says. Nurse number 1 has years of ER experience and was a paramedic before becoming a nurse. Nurse number 2 has years of ER experience. Nurse number 3 has years of ER experience. Nurse number 4 has no ER experience, but has extensive experience reviewing medical evidence for lawsuits. Nurse number 5 is a military veteran who has ER experience and EMT experience. Unlike Lisa, I am not asking you to trust me, bro. I am including the screenshots of each nurse's reply. Here they are. Okay. Let's read them together. All right. So she messaged them, what are everyone's thoughts about the veracity of this man's claims about how things went down once they arrived to the hospital, specifically the parts about the man wheeling the patient to a room on a gurney, getting on top of the patient, cutting off the patient's shirt, discussing drugs, etc. Does this sound like something that would happen in an ER? Not at all, nurse number 1. Nurse number 2, oh my, LOL. I'm gonna go with not a chance. That's exceptionally odd. Been in a lot of ERs, never has any visitors pushed a stretcher anywhere, been on top of a patient on a stretcher, or cut clothes off. Well, what do you mean? Lisa Knows says it's normal. Nurse number 3 sent a whole message. Sounds nothing like any ER I ever worked in. First, how does he get a gurney and get past the door? It's a pretty locked unit, only entering through ambulance or triage, and you have to be called back through triage. How does he even have access to a gurney? How does all this happen and no staff sees any of this knowing he's not an employee? I mean, where is staff when all this is happening? Sounds like a TV episode where no one of the circumstances match reality of how an ER works. How was the guy anyways? And why did he feel he had any authority? Is this a real story? So I think Amy didn't give them any information that it was about Charlie, and she just asked in general. So nurse number 4 here is full of isht. Don't hold back. Nurse number 5. So Amy asked, do you think the reported sequence of events is possible in an emergency room? Yes. All right, great. Thank you. It was likely a busy ER. 122 bed, level 3 hospital in a city of less than 100,000 people, midday on a Wednesday. It's questionable as to why this guy climbs on top of to cut off the shirt. The staff should not have let him do that. But if they thought the guy was a medic, then they let him continue to help. Well, obviously. 4 out of 5 nurses claim that there is no chance. One is like, maybe if it was like super busy, maybe they thought he was a medic, you know, maybe. So what am I getting at? If Brian did not call 911, if nobody knew they were coming, it would be that he was trying to sort something out before the doctors laid their hands on Charlie. Maybe get stuff out of his shirt. Maybe make sure they will use defibrillator, so the marks on Charlie's chest could be blamed on that. Those are the things people mention when wondering why all of it is so weird. We learned yesterday from Candace and the pictures she showed us that there was a lot of broken glass in that car. Black glass, right? We knew it for a while, but we didn't know the extent of it. We didn't know how much of it there was, that it was in the middle, exactly where Charlie's chest would be if he was laying down. I think I can show you the picture. I don't think we will get in trouble. Let me pull this one up. Okay. So you can see the shards here, right? Looks like black glass. This is what it looks like to me. So this is what Candace claims would be a shattered microphone that Charlie was wearing clipped under his t-shirt. Her and Baran said that there is a disturbing photograph of when they carried Charlie to the car and that they did not pay attention to his neck. That made me a little bit sick to my stomach when he was talking about it, and he didn't want to show the photograph. He said it will upset his family because he doesn't look alive in this photo. So I'm glad he spared us. But he said that his neck was flopping about, and what they seemed to have focus on was his t-shirt and trying to keep whatever was underneath it in place, not to fall out. I told you guys before, I have trouble imagining or wrapping my mind around how a mic that was clipped here caused any damage here. But I'm open to it, especially with all the evidence published by Candace and Baran yesterday. It's hard not to agree that something more must have happened, right? I just might not have enough imagination for it, or maybe I don't know enough about those type of things, the things that explode, you know? I don't know how it works. And I'm never gonna pretend that I do. And we are not getting answers to that one question from TPUSA. Is this glass? What broke? When Baran tried to ask Blake on X, if you watched my last video, Blake went silent. They were arguing about something else, and I'll show you what. But Blake after went silent. As soon as Baran was like, hey, is this glass in that SUV on the floor? What is it? Can you tell us? Can you confirm? Yes or no? Yes or no? And then he disappeared. I think this would be my question. I'd ask if someone I'm asking had to answer truthfully. I'd ask Brian Harple, what is that broken glass? Where did it come from? Would that be a waste of a question? I don't think so. I really would like to know. What makes things even more suspicious is the fact that this SUV was cleaned and sold almost immediately. It wasn't turned into evidence. Sure, I have people in the comments constantly telling me it doesn't need to be in evidence. It was checked by the FBI and by the police. They took pictures, took samples, made the reports and released it. Okay, so I am asking the officers that were there and collected the evidence from the SUV. What is that on the floor? What is that broken glass? How did it get there? And I want to hear a truthful answer. Would it be, it's what's left over from the microphone? I don't know. Candace, as I said, had the pictures of the inside of the SUV for months. She kept listening to the stories of Brian Harple and Frank about what happened in that car on the way to the hospital. And no one ever mentioned any broken glass. No one ever mentioned that something broke or shattered. And I think when they were going one by one, you know, then we were trying to give him CPR and we were stopping the bleeding, and then this guy shifted, and then Brian in the same interview was like, oh, now we laugh about it, but my butt was sticking out because Charlie was so long, we had to keep the door open. All these things he was getting into, but not that something broke, you know. And we know it's not sunglasses. If you watch Candace, you know it's not sunglasses. Well, let me play some Candace for you from yesterday. Let's reminiscing on this trauma.
Have been told thus far. They're missing a big part. You don't just forget shattered glass, tempered glass from a microphone. How did that happen? Are we going to get a story about a steel chest to go along with the steel neck? Are we to believe that someone did it with their bare hands? Why don't you try doing that? Why don't you try taking a road mic and breaking it in your bare hands? That's not possible. Nobody's story told anything about even lifting Charlie's shirt, how that microphone could have broken. And we are now going to put the full pressure on them to do just that. So we're going to take you through a total of 4 additional photos, and then we will give you the close-up. We can now say confidently that there is black, tempered, shattered glass all over the car where Charlie's chest region would have been, according to the story that Frank Turek and Brian Harpole told. So,
Well, I always want to look at things like that fair. I was even thinking that maybe his microphone fell on the floor and someone moved the chair and it got lodged and crushed. But I don't know if it would look like that, if it turned into hundreds of pieces. Because online we keep hearing of people that use these mics or try to disassemble them at some point. They said it's not an easy thing. To get it crushed like that, you would need to use a hammer and really put your weight into it, you know, or it would have to explode. That's what they say. But I also don't underestimate Candace, guys. I don't underestimate her for 1 second. If she shared these pictures and gave TPUSA 2 weeks to figure something out, that means she has more. That means she allowed them to see just enough for now to make them shake in their boots. Anyway, to me, Byron's version of how things would happen is that it's a little bit more believable. Like, this is something that logically fits more in my brain. And it's that Charlie must have worn a receiver of the microphone here, taped on his chest, here or here, I think here. And that's where the charge came from, upwards to his neck. This makes more sense to me than the microphone, but those two devices look exactly the same. The microphone and the receiver, they are exactly the same shape. You wouldn't know. If you're not into filmmaking, if you don't, you don't work in production, if you don't use this equipment, you wouldn't know which one is which. It's the same black little box. Candace also had a very emotional moment yesterday. She spoke about Erica and things that we all struggled with. How is she not the one asking all those questions? Why doesn't she care? Is she covering up some disturbing things? Here is Candace getting very vulnerable. Let me just play that moment. Oh my gosh. My laptop today, guys, sorry. Here.
what's that CEO and chairman going to say? Erica Kirk. What are you going to do, Erica? Stage another scene of you crying while you operate behind the scenes, try to take people down, sending out people like you're a queen for them to sacrifice themselves for you, telling lies, trying to make all of the things that don't make any sense somehow register as true. How's our emotional asset doing today? Anybody want to check in? That's a smile I just could not put on following my husband's public assassination. But hey, it's Nicki Minaj. Haven't seen her that happy really since. I think the happiest we ever saw Erica was when she walked out to that stadium on September 21st and the whole world was with her. Because she thought she had it made. She's been struggling to come up for air since, and I want to be very clear. It is the most important thing to me that no harm comes to Erica. The most important thing. The message, investigating this, she's getting death threats. No, let's be very clear on my intention in this investigation. I want Erica to outlive everyone. Long live Erica Franzwey. Death is easy, actually. Death is easy. Living a long life when everybody knows who and what you are and what you are a part of and what you did. Long live Erica Franzwey.
I had chills listening to it yesterday. I have chills now. We all read between the lines, right? What I think it means, she believes Erica is guilty and wants her to live a long life locked up, you know? So the sentence is long, the punishment is long. This is what I get from it. Life sentence. Long live Erica Franzwe. Candace is just a poet, you know. There was one moment in yesterday's episode where Candace used a clip of Charlie talking about the Butler event and what Erica told him that day, that I found a few days ago, and made a video about it. It went pretty viral on X, and some of you guys watching last night got angry with Candace. Let me show you the clip first, which one I'm talking about. And 1 second. I warned you. I warned you it's gonna be longer waiting times today because everything is restarting at the moment. And why it's doing... Oh! Okay. I think it's gonna work now. All right. This is the best I can do right now to play it for you.
To true evil. That's it. There it is. That's for Charlie. Nobody needed a sticker to make that happen. No one needed a t-shirt. They just needed truth, which is what he committed himself to. And there is maybe the smallest amount of comfort in knowing that he consciously knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to die, and he chose to do it anyway. Like he knew that his death would matter. So none of you are going to have it. Just wanted to let you know that. Anyway, I also wanted to show you very quickly this clip because it's crazy. This was going viral as well. You know, Erica and God, always at the right moments. Charlie had shared something interesting. We covered Butler, how there seems to be some possible thread here, similar things going on. Did you guys know that the Butler shooting happened on a Saturday? On Saturdays, Charlie turns his phone off. And yeah, on that particular Saturday, he didn't because Erica, I don't know, had another one of these visions from God. Take a listen to what Charlie shared.
Tell us about how do you find out about this happening? I keep asking everybody this.
Yeah.
Tell us what your initial reaction was that night.
It was a really strange day. I usually turn my phone off on Saturdays. I honor the Shabbat, and I'm not Jewish, but I think it's important that we Christians do. And yet I had my phone on because I was trying to help make J.D. Vance the Vice President of the United States. So it's had some calls to make. Let's just put it that way.
We'll put it that way.
And
yeah.
so my phone was on, and Erica, my wife, was like, "Yeah, I think God wants you to have your phone on today." I was like, "Okay, sure." So we went down to our complex has this big gym, and I had my daughter in my arms, and I just turned to the television.
You can come out. That's it.
And because I saw
that's it. You can. That's it. How strange. Gosh, she's just so plugged in this way. God wants your phone on. And wow, he probably was like, my wife, she really just is so godly. Yeah. You should ask her who in her phone is saved as God in her as a contact. Is it BB9?
Yes. So that's the clip that people were angry with Candace for. And there were some comments like this one. I'm telling you guys, all my tabs restarted. I'm trying to smooth it out as much as I can. But the comment that, one of the comments that I saw was, you could have given credit to Daily Fredo with Kasia for the clip of Charlie saying Erica said God wants you to keep your phone on. So I saw a few of those comments. And let's calm down. We are all on the same team, And Candace always credits her public sources, especially other creators on X and YouTube. Always. You guys know, you watch her, so you know that she always gives credit where it's due. And yes, after I found this Charlie's interview and caught what Erica told him, the clip itself was going viral, and there was a lot of commentary on it. It is possible Candace didn't find out about it from my channel, all right? As I say, we are all in for the truth. We are on the same team, okay? I don't care for the credit. I just wanted to progress in the right direction. Oh, and by the way, since I already disturbed my flow here, thank you all for the birthday wishes. I was so overwhelmed. I did not expect it. And I also wanted to confirm that, yes, I am now officially 39 and celebrating my 20th anniversary with my husband. We celebrate the day we met and fell in love 20 years ago. We got married a bit later. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you all for your wishes, and I want to wish happy birthday to all my birthday twins and those who celebrate in June. All right, I needed to say it because, yeah, I got a lot of comments and I forgot to say it every day when I was recording videos. I wanted to say it and now I remembered, so here I am. Thank you again. Okay, back to the topic, sorry. Blake Neff. How did Blake Neff react to last night's Candace Emergency podcast? All right, do you guys want to know? I mean, he cannot hold himself. He cannot hold himself. And a lot of the times when we discuss those things with my husband, he explains to me that people that are guilty of something, and especially when they are guilty and confident, they cannot hold it. They want to show it. They just want to show it. They want you to maybe even realize it sometimes. If you read Crime and Punishment, then you know how those things work. All right, so here he is. Someone posted, if you think the mic on Charlie Kirk's shirt was a shaped chart like the grifter Ian Carroll, feel free to watch this video, blah, blah, blah. So someone trying to debunk it, of course. Blake Neff answered, efforts like this are appreciated, but it's important to not venture too far into the hall of mirrors reality these people live in. It's obvious Charlie was unalived by a gunshot because bullet fragments were found in his body by surgeons and tested by the ATF. We know the whole story about it. It wasn't, anyway. People present at the scene heard a gunshot and it came from behind the crowd, not from Charlie's table. Please keep repeating it until everyone believes. Keep repeating the same line. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Until everyone repeats it and everyone believes it, like zombies. People who believe something different aren't being driven by evidence. They're being driven by other motivations. It lets them scream for attention. It gives them an excuse to harass random people online. Random people online? Nobody's even addressing random people online. We're addressing you. It lets them blame their preferred villain. Guess who? Rather than the less convenient and one evidence points to, it lets them pretend to be fighting for Charlie when they actually despise him and want to destroy his legacy, and so on. Nothing would convince them because they are not people who want to be convinced. Excuse me, Blakey. But like, I don't see anything about this broken glass again. You didn't say anything. We asked you if it's glass. And again, you didn't answer. Why, Blake? Why? You're telling us that we're running and we're harassing random people and that we don't have Charlie's best interest at heart. Why? There is another tweet. Here it is. So some Trina Arhard wrote, Blake, I don't know how all of you put up with this. These people are absolutely insane. And Blake answers, when people are spending their time harassing me, it means they aren't harassing anyone else. I can take it. I can take it. I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot. He's a hero, you guys. He's a hero. He can take it. He's a hero to shield the rest of them from baseless attacks. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them should wear toupees. He's not the hero we deserve. He's a hero we totally don't need right now. Okay? What does he mean? Like, he's taking it on the chest, guys, for everyone else at TPUSA. That's why he's so loud on X. That's why he can't hold himself to answer. Frank Turek got on camera and commented on yesterday's podcast too. Before he started speaking, I knew exactly what he was going to say. He has it down. All the talking points. Checked everyone on that list. I need to show it to you. If please, 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 my internet will allow me to.
I got to bring this up because I know that it's just, to me, the enemy is working through this woman's mouth. Candace Owens, just on her show last night, brought you up again and tries to paint you again as somebody that had something to do with, knowledge of, or was even a part of the killing of Charlie Kirk. What do you think is driving her to share this kind of madness like that?
Well, as I just said, David, we had a murder, which is what Satan will do. And since the murder, right after the memorial service, what have we had out of Candace Owens? Slander, accusations, and lies seeking to steal, kill, and destroy. She wants to burn down Erica Kirk. She wants to burn down TPUSA. She's going after people that love Charlie. She calls herself a friend of Charlie. How is it love that you're going after, first of all, his widow, and secondly, all the people around him who were mentoring him and serving him, trying to make him better?
I cannot stand it anymore. It's been 9 months and they're saying the same thing and they never answer one question. How dare you? How dare you? The widow. The widow. I see you guys in the comments as well. The widow. How dare you come after people that worked with him? Yeah, because there is no case in the world ever in history of cases that a co-worker hurt the other co-worker, or worse, or a widow hurt her husband. Never happened, right? It's so just out of, I don't know, what's the world we're living in?
Than he already was. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. If you could say one thing to Candace, what would you say?
I would say repent. We're praying for you, Candace. You should follow the truth, not slander, not accusations, not lies. You know, she has a war on reality, really. Part of the war on reality relies on slander, accusations, and lies seeking to steal, kill, and destroy. And so I pray for Candace. I think she's a wonderful talent if she would direct her talents in the right direction toward the Lord and not away from the Lord. Because as you know, in the Old Testament in particular, it says that if you come after a widow or the fatherless, God says, I will hunt you down with the sword and kill you. It also says in Deuteronomy 19 that if you falsely accuse someone of a crime, and you're found out, you get the penalty of the crime. So if you falsely accuse someone of murder, you're the one that gets executed.
I mean, can you believe it's not the first time he's saying it? It's not the first time. The first time that I heard him say that, the thing, like, if you are accusing a widow or fatherless, you're the one that's going to be executed. So he said it first time when he went back to UVU to speak to the students after the UVU event on September 10th. You know, they came back. I did an episode a while back about it. Frank Turek went back and spoke to the students. And this is when he said it first. I don't remember if he named Candace by name, but he said, like, oh, if you come after the widow, God is not your friend, you know. But the comments, guys, the comments, we need to read the comments. He shouldn't have spoken, by the way, at all, because he got caught lying. His stories didn't line up with Brian's stories. He was contradicting himself on a few occasions. So if I was him, I'd just lay low. But Let's read through a few of those comments. You should probably...
I got to bring this up because I know that it's just, to me, the enemy is working.
So this comment says, you should probably watch Baron Coleman. Very good advice. He has Frank Turek lying on video, changing his story. Coleman is a lawyer. Everyone who hauled Charlie past EMTs to his car was in on it. Turek was one of them. They all knew what happened to Charlie because they saw his body and all the markings beneath his t-shirt. One of them cut the t-shirt off at the hospital. Why? It wasn't to help the doctors have better access. It was to hide evidence they couldn't pull off in a car. You can play stupid all you want, but this will come out. Talk to Poso. Guys, again, I will say, Frank Turek went on TV, went on in front of the camera and wanted to address what Candace said. He didn't address one thing, she said. Repent, repent. How dare you? It's the widow. That's it. He didn't address one thing. That means they don't want to address it. They don't want to say anything. All right? Maybe they don't know what to say. Maybe it's like this AI video situation, you know? They will again say, oh, Dan's glasses, Dan's Google glasses broke. And we were trolling the trolls, we'll let you talk. If what she's saying is all lies, Frank, why won't you address them? Come out and just prove her wrong. You people want, and you wonder why people are skeptical. I sure as hell would if I were you. Why all the pieces of tempered glass in the SUV, Frank? No windows were broke. Can we start with that? Also the lies about your phone, Frank. Satan is the father of lies. You're a Christian, Frank. Why lie about anything? I'll tell you why. Because you people never thought Candace would be the pit bull that she is. She's not letting it go. You people totally underestimated her. Absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. She's the pit bull with the bone and she's not letting go. And in the comment, he's mentioning the Frank's phone. In case you missed it on Baron's show, Frank did an interview. And he did multiple interviews in the past 9 months. And at the beginning, he was saying that he stayed on FaceTime with his family, with family members, through the whole thing. He forgot about it. He put his phone in the back pocket and he forgot that he was on FaceTime with his family, I think with his son, the whole time. And when he got back to the hotel, that's when he realized they are still there. So that was all through the time they were in the hospital, all through the time he was speaking with Erica. With the latest interview that he did, the interviewer said, oh, I remember you called me from the hospital. Payphone? No, you called me. So he called him from the phone. So there is a lot of this coincidental little hiccups, I would call it. This comment starts good. Hello, dummies. Frank, you are publicly being accused of conflicting stories with Brian. Overall, you are being accused of being involved in an obvious cover-up. After that is speculation. We are allowed to do that. You'll need a book on logic and maybe the English language. I love all the little inside jokes from Baron's show. Like, if you know, you know. And another thing, for this guy to use God to back up his lies is blasphemous. Absolutely, it is. Crazy world we are living in right now, guys. We were waiting for the TPUSA PR wizard to step in and give us an exciting story, right? Like about Charlie's Roboneck. I couldn't wait to hear what Andrew and Erica, the dream team, would come up with. Fortunately, we didn't have to wait long. TPUSA thought that the best strategy would be, I wish I could see your guys' faces when I say it, to those that don't know it yet. Okay. TPUSA thought that the best strategy would be to release a trailer of a new documentary titled I Am Charlie. I want to see your faces so bad. This is not a joke. I promise you, it's a real thing. All right? It was announced. The trailer is out. And they are releasing a documentary titled, I Am Charlie. Sam Parker posted about it today. It was when I was getting ready for the show. And I'm going to show you that tweet. And I am not going to play the whole trailer because I am disgust on my face. I'm just reading comments now. Yes, I believe that. So I'm not going to play the whole trailer because I don't know how they are with like copyright stuff. I don't know how the episode, how YouTube will react to me watching it. But I am going to cover it in detail on another day. However, I'm going to show you the post by Sam Parker just to prove you that it is in fact happening. Sam writes, by the way, guys, follow Sam, yeah? Everyone follow Sam on X. If you're on X, you need that guy. He posts amazing information. I use his stuff a lot in my episodes, so yeah. He goes, brace yourselves. TPUSA is making a documentary called I Am Charlie Kirk, produced by the filmmaking titans Terrell Farnsworth, Mikey McCoy, and Andrew Colvett. Judging by Farnsworth's last short film, I can't say his name for the life of me, They Shot Charlie, this promises to really put you on the edge of your seat. It will star J.D. Palantir, Sequor Pete Hegseth, Speaker Mike Johnson, Glenn Beck, and Donald Trump Jr. Do you think they will cover how the Rode microphone was scattered in pieces in the SUV? So, look, I'm not going to play sound. I don't know where the music is coming from. All right, this is what it looks like a little bit. Wait, let me mute it. They are basically showing a little bit of Charlie's early life, some pictures, some, you see, protests he took part in. Sorry, my village internet today. Yes, and at the end there is some Erica, you know, kisses, hugs, all these things. I will get that trailer onto my computer and I will do a review of it. I can't wait. I'm like a movie critic now. Starring Erica Kirk, guys. Starring Erica Kirk. So, here it is. I Am Charlie Kirk. Charles Dorman, cinematographer Marcus Weda, editor Anthony Halterin. It's happening. I told you. I'm just saying Candace is not included in this movie. I don't think so. If she will be included, she will be the villain, you know? How there is always the evil stepmother, that's what she's gonna be. There is gonna be the Cinderella. Guess who? Erica, yeah. And then there's gonna be Candace, the evil stepmother that is coming after the Cinderella. I cannot believe it, but it is happening. This is the proof. And look, all Charlie's best friends are starring in this documentary. Amazing. I need to know what you guys think about it because at some point I lost all my words. I'm gonna watch it. Obviously, we are all gonna watch it. But are we gonna watch it enjoying it, or are we gonna watch it and be like, what did they do to Charlie's legacy? Why are they changing the story? Why are there people speaking about him, those that weren't really his friends, that they don't know him? Who was closer with Charlie than Candace Owens? Tell me. They came up together in politics. They literally started together and grew TPUSA together. If they're gonna skip her, that's bad. If they're gonna include her and make her the villain, that's bad too. That means it's just an agenda. And it's an interesting thing because I spoke about it with my husband and it seems like Like, why the timing? Why did they release it now? Seriously, what kind of strategy is this? Why this trailer came out today after the emergency podcast of Candace yesterday? It seems like they have an agenda of their grift, yeah? Like, how do we make money on Charlie Kirk, yeah? So they have the list. So by this date, we need to release that. By this date, we need this type of event. Today was supposed to be the release of a trailer, and they don't care because they need the next step now. They need the next stage. So it had to be released today. It looks like this to me. Because otherwise, really, you thought it was a good idea when everyone is talking about the broken glass in the SUV, when everyone is looking into you with the raised eyebrow. You're like, no, 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 guys, we knew him best. Here is a documentary. Here is Riley Gaines talking about him, you know? Oh, well, like I said, Erica is an aspiring actress, by the way. We know her career, ups and downs, especially in reality TV. But maybe finally she will get that dream Oscar, right, for her acting skills. Again, I have no words. I'm going to take some time to study this trailer and come back to give you more of my thoughts on another day. I also need to see how is it going to work with copyrights. Maybe I'm going to change the music. I don't know. And now, after all we discussed today, I want to go back to our Fredo question of the week. I'm going to read some comments there on X, and then we will move on to your questions, the ones that you would like to ask to someone that has to answer and not lie. All right, I'm going to read all your supers, all of them, don't worry. All right, let me pull up my tweet and let's see who people and what questions they would ask. Mikey, how hot do you think hell will be? And they don't hold back. They don't hold back, I'm telling you. Here's another. By the way, I haven't gone through them. I didn't read it. I didn't select any of them. These are the most relevant, I guess, selected here. So we're just gonna go one by one. I hope no like weird surprises there. The blind spot that Candace has is her emotions. She wants a face. A person's at fault. Right now, her and Tucker say emotionally, don't vote for Republicans in the midterms. The instant gratification urge. Who do they think will take over then? The entire nation will be destroyed if the Democrats control this again. This fight is long term. Start thinking that way. This person didn't answer my question. I don't like when people are not on topic, you know? Just comment on a different post, something that's relevant. Okay, so someone would like to ask a question to Erica. Franzwe, what about the reporter that heard someone was going to off Charlie before it happened? He was in the live X conference with Candace in December when everyone lost their mind about Fort Huachuca. Who told him that? Big clue. Ah, that's Harrison from InfoWars. Yes. So he tweeted about it in August, I think 25th of August or something like that, that if Charlie turns away from the Little Hats land, they are going to unalive him. And yeah, he actually, I spoke about it in the last video. He was contacted by FBI and he gave them the contact that told him that. So, but apparently nothing happened. There was no follow-up. They didn't contact that contact. So we don't know. I would ask Kash Patel, was it worth it? Well, that's a philosophical question. Candace isn't involved, but she thinks she is. I would ask her why she is standing on her friend's grave to make $1. That's the dumbest question, seriously, especially after what we just watched. The documentary, I Am Charlie Kirk. 9 months after his unaliving. 9 months. I wonder if they will create special merch for the movie, you know. Was Charlie cremated? That's a very good question. I think we all would like to know. Because if he was, then why? And I know it could be innocent. I know it could be a practice that they do. I don't know exactly which religion Erica is. Seriously, I don't know what religion she is. It depends maybe what type of donor she's speaking to. She could be Catholic, she could be Judeo-Christian, whatever. Whoever she's talking to, that's what she applies, I think. So I don't know what's in her religion, if they cremate people. I mean, us Catholics, generally, we don't. We bury people at the cemetery. And we know that Candace once said that he had it was a mass in Catholic Church, that he had a Catholic funeral. So I don't know. I don't think he would be cremated. If he was, I would find it weird and suspicious. That's how I am. I would ask Charlie if he suffered at all. I prayed to God that he blinked and was in heaven with his Lord. That's nice. With his Lord and Savior. I don't know. I think I would be afraid of this type of question, because what if the answer is yes? So, I don't know. Question for the grifting widow. The widow. Erica, why didn't you fire Charlie's security, and why did you promote them and raise their salary instead? That's such a good question. I mean, imagine someone unalives her husband. People that were supposed to protect him didn't. Literally one job they were hired for, they didn't do it. And she's like, here is extra money anyway. Like, what? Nah, doesn't make sense. Why wasn't crime scene destroyed, and why was all evidence, was, okay, she meant was. Why was crime scene destroyed, and why was all evidence not collected, and why are so many people being attacked for asking normal questions and noticing all the lies coming from TPUSA? Okay, but we don't have a person. We don't know who we are asking, so we don't know. Erica Kirk. How many times in your entire life have you been to military bases, and what did you do while there? I would even narrow it down. Like, what did you do at Fort Huachuca the day before, or 2 days before, actually? We want to know on the 8th, right? Because Mitch Snow said that he saw her there at the hotel next to Fort Huachuca on the 8th of September. By the way, guys, apparently, I remember these details pop into my head. I watch Candace's shows, and then these tiny details, the little things that she says pop into my head. She said Mitch never changed his story. He's still sticking to it. I don't know. Also, why didn't they turn down Joe Kent's request? That's a bad typo. Joe Kent's request to investigate further after he believed evidence pointed to a foreign actor. Actually, recently, Zach Costello had Joe Kent on his show. If you didn't watch it, I'd recommend you do, because it was very good. Zach asked very good questions. And Joe told him that he is in favor of Candace Owens asking questions and continuing this type of investigation, because Charlie always said, keep asking questions. So, I don't know. What woman, not Candace, had you begun to confide in? Will she come forward with what she knows? I don't know what that means. I would ask Charlie who he was looking at like that before that interview. Yes. I think it was a Fox hit. Yeah. Like very, I don't know. It was like the day before, I think. He's sitting, there is a picture, there is a screenshot right before the interview starts. Charlie's like this, looking to the side, angry. And some people even say that he has a red nose, as if he was crying. So that's where everyone started like talking about them arguing with Erica maybe right before. I don't know. This is such a speculation, by the way. Mega speculation, okay? So there is no evidence for it. We're just chatting. I'd asked Trump why he chose Scarica for Charlie out of all of the pageant contestants he knew. Well, I would imagine, because she was trained, allegedly. I want to know if Charlie messaged Candace about his unaliving threats. Maybe if he did, maybe she would say it by now. Although we don't know. We don't know what Candace has. So I will say it again. Baron on Zach Costello show. Zach Costello shows are very informative, guys. You need to get on it. Baron said on his show that he went to visit Candace and he asked her about this time traveling stuff, because that was the time when everyone was making fun of her for saying that Charlie is a time traveler. And she just handed him her phone. He went through all the messages. And one thing that he came with from that was that she has crazy self-restraint, that she could just post stuff and prove everything that she's saying. She could destroy every rumor about her. She could destroy every lie about her, but she has amazing self-restraint. So guys, that's why I'm always like, I'm never going to underestimate this woman, okay? Sometimes people are like, she's releasing something. There were people after yesterday's podcast saying, what was that? That was nothing. We were expecting something massive that will... No. Then it means that you didn't learn yet how Candace operates, all right? She waits. She releases tiny bit at the time and gives everyone else a chance to tell a lie. Simple as that. After reading the official narrative, how could a reasonable person believe it? Yes. I would ask Frank Turek, what really went on in the SUV on the way to the hospital? Absolutely. I would like a play-by-play. That's what it's called in sports. Dan Flood. I'd ask him, why did he start recording with his glasses after he knelt down by Charlie? And where is that video today? I know, we keep forgetting. I'm not saying we forgot forever, but we keep forgetting about this video, about these glasses. He had Google glasses on. So he did this as soon as he kneeled over Charlie. Why don't we ask about this video? We keep asking about the AI video, about the Aspen video. We ask about the video from the back, yeah? That Taro, these names. But he shared it with Candace. We need to be asking about this Google stuff, guys, about the glasses video. That's where we will know what happened. Erica Kirk, to the best of your knowledge, who was all in on the plot? You know, sometimes I'm thinking that if she didn't know beforehand, she must know by now, right? Like all these shady things. She definitely must know by now. And if by now she didn't contact Candace and be like, girl, I'm getting on your team, some weird stuff here, I'm finding out, we need to get together and talk, then I don't know. Because let's say if there are some things, like some leads that Candace is pursuing, maybe they're wrong, right? That's how it is with investigation. But it can't all be wrong. And then when we see pictures like this, with this broken glass, and you know what always gets me? In that car, those mints that he was using, you know? His pockets were probably full of those mints that he was sucking on when he was doing his events, because his throat was getting dry. He also talked about drinking that tea with honey because he was talking a lot, so it was helping him not to like have a sudden cough attack or something. So when I look at these pictures of the SUV inside, it's this shattered glass, and then there are these yellow mints, and it's just, oh man, it's hard to think about. If the mic didn't explode, where's the audio from it? Yes, I would ask Erica Kirk, when you said you knew everything, what exactly did you know? That's also good because at the beginning, Andrew Colvett, when he said it first time, he was like, oh, this very important person called Erica and asked, what do you know? And she was like, I know everything. And he did this. I will find this video later, but he went like this with his eyebrows, like, oh, she knows everything. And then when it backfired and people started going like, wait, what do you mean? What everything? What shady things she knows? And then he was trying to walk it back, that everything means that she knew the day-to-day, and she knew the business, and she knew what Charlie was doing, and she knew the plans, and she had the blueprint. He walked it back. But the attitude he said it with the first time was she knows everything. So I would like to know that too. I'd ask Erica, why was she already at an exclusive airport? She first said she was with her mom at the doctor's. This is also unclear, and I believe probably Candace will come back to it, or maybe she already has some evidence, obviously, of Erica not being in the hospital with her mom. I don't know. Erica, point blank, and then watch her thoughts set fire. What? I don't understand what that is. I hope it's not a threat. We don't wish anything bad to anybody, even when they're bad people. We do not wish bad things. I hope that wasn't it, but we skip. Like I said, I didn't go through these comments. We're going through them together right now. May I have access to your electronic communications and banking info in the 6 months prior to and in the days since Charlie Kirk's unaliving? Thanks in advance. Who? Tyler Boyer. Or the guy claiming his name is Brian Harpole. He lies about everything. Well, that would be good. I think everyone would have fun going through these emails and communications and text messages. Any text message that comes out of this TPUSA chat, it's like a revelation. I'd ask Mikey McCoy, and my one question, what happened? So yeah, Candace brought him up as well yesterday. Man, him like that, literally folding into himself when they were putting Charlie's coffin in the car. Yeah, not the best thing to see. How much actual money did you have to share with people for the cover-up? Or so you folks don't fear our most high God in heaven? No, they say, guys, you need to get it through your head. This is what Erica said. You will not understand her grief. You will not understand her behavior because you don't believe in God enough. This is what she said on her last podcast. If you saw my video, I'll come back to it many, many times. I will replay it for you guys many, many times on my show. Because this was so obnoxious, so self-serving. Like, I know people don't understand me. I'm trying to quote her, okay? My paraphrase. I know people don't understand me, and that's okay. They will not understand me because they don't believe in God. Or they don't believe in God enough, something like that. Or she's close with God, they're not. So entitled, man. I cannot. We know how, and the studios involved, and the why, but we don't know who ordered this unaliving. Okay, do tell. I don't have any definitive answers right now. We have suspicion. We have evidence that could point to what we think. We don't have any confirmations. So guys, let's be careful how we talk about it, all right? We don't want to get in trouble. I'd ask Tyler Robinson to outline his whole day that day. Same. The most interested I am in the time, 12:23 Utah time. Where was he exactly? What was he doing? Was he just laying on the roof, or was he taking a shot? Was he just waiting to run across the building? Because they have the video. Yeah. We saw just a piece of it, of someone, we don't really know who this is, someone running on top of a roof. And that's it. So that's a good one. Erica Franzfe, when did your charade to get Charlie begin? I mean, she went to the little Hutsland, right, to find a husband? And she saw Charlie in the ticket queue? You're right. Erica Kirk, were you in on... Yeah. I would ask Mikey McCoy, why did he just casually walk away after the shot? I want to know as well, like, what goes through a person's mind when they behave like that. You know how many times I thought about it? Like, how would I behave? And I know it's very hard to imagine. It's like telling people, oh, it's so great to have kids. They will not know until they have kids, all right? They will not know. It's not possible. So I know that it's hard to imagine what you would do in a situation like that when you see your friend, something like this happen to your friend. I don't think my immediate reaction before the friend hits the floor would be to cover my ears and just stroll away. I don't think that this is in my natural being, that type of reaction. I don't think so. You either fall on the ground because you think there are more shots coming, or you launch towards the person you love and you're trying to help. I don't know. So yeah, good question. I would like to know as well. Why was there no ambulance on standby? And if there were, why was it not used? To the head of the... Look, to the head of the detail, yes. Was it Dan or Brian? There was ambulance, allegedly. Maybe not ambulance, but there were medics. Okay? And they weren't allowed to work. So that's that. They came close to the SUV. I don't know. I would, instead of Frank Turek, I would take one medic with me on board, maybe, with all this equipment that they have while we drive to the hospital. That's what I would do. Again, as Candace says, we might be suffering from common sense. Ana Escobar, another creator that you guys should follow. She does great, great research. And I have this video that I need to do based on her research and connection to Cyprus. I was tagged so many times on her video that I need to look at it. And I did look at it and I did take notes and I prepared the episode, but there has been so much happening that I didn't have time to actually sit down, record it and publish it. So Anna, if you're watching, I am gonna get to it because there is a lot to unpack. And you guys head on YouTube. She's really great. Like, her findings are, as Baron said, it's big boy stuff, okay? So she says, I would ask Fran Turek what really happened in that car. I did a video on this last night. So you see, go watch her video, guys. She's the Ariana Grande of this investigation. It's a good thing, by the way, not dissing anybody. I would ask the medical examiner, was he shot and unalived by 30-06? Case closed. That would prove everything and prove everyone's involvement in the cover-up. I am pretty sure that Candace spoke to the surgeon and he said that he believes it was tangible bullet. I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. Tangible bullet, that means that it fractures, it like splits into tiny pieces inside. That's what he said. He never confirmed the caliber, ever. He wasn't able to. Where is shared so we can test it for explosives? That's a very good question. Where are everyone's clothes? Where are all these items that they were using? Like, everything should be in evidence. Apparently, everything goes to Erica. Does she have like a memorial closet now somewhere? Oh my gosh. Do you remember when Erica said that they will do like a mausoleum? I can never pronounce it properly, but like a place, big, amazing place where there will be, you know, where you can pay your respects to Charlie, and it's going to be big and it's going to be amazing. They already did it with the tent and the mic. Please don't tell me they're going to exhibit more stuff, more creepy stuff. Because we know that Brian Harple was trying to give Sean Ryan his bag that he had on him that was stained with Charlie's blood. Okay. All right, I'm not gonna create rumors now. I'm just wondering out loud. It's not happening. I'm just knowing them. It's very possible, but it's not happening. I'd ask Erica or Andrew Colvett, why was Charlie unalived? I feel like that would answer everything else. I think we all have a pretty good idea on that one. The problem would be getting any of them to answer truthfully. Well, yeah, but we're imagining that we're in the world that they cannot lie, okay? So you can ask one question and they cannot lie. So think, what would be the question if they couldn't lie when they answer? So someone wrote a list of questions. Why do we have footage of the rifle not recoiling and the roof when the shot was fired? Why did the FBI destroy all the evidence, the car, the shirt, etc.? Why eyewitnessing reporting he was shot in the chest thing? Yes, the chest thing, it bothers me a lot. It's as if everyone had a script and they knew what to say on camera and they had to report that Charlie got hit on the chest. And they didn't get the news that things went wrong. Why did TPUSA take the money Charlie turned down? I wonder if they did. I don't know if there is proof for that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Erica, what exactly did you know or even suspect beforehand? That's all we want to know. All right. I want to move on now, guys, to questions you sent me. I hope you sent me some questions. I'm going to check now. This is my favorite part of every live show. That's why I'm enjoying now lives, because I get to speak to you guys and I get to hear your thoughts in real time. So let's start. This time I'll try not to mess up and I'm going to try to show all the supers as I read them. Here is Combat Ready, CI Crisis King. Gifted 1 Daily Fredo with Kasia membership. Thank you so much. So someone can be a member. That is so nice. Thank you. All right. Next one. Katie Laszeki. Thank you for the super. Love from Finland. Very nice. I feel like on Eurovision. Who watches Eurovision, by the way, here? So I'm like, love from Finland, 12 points from Finland, 10 points from Germany. I would be good at reading those. Okay, new member, welcome, welcome, welcome. CJ Lars, 1399. Welcome to our members group. Here is Ana Escobar, who I just praised. Thank you for the super. Don't worry about the tech. You are gorgeous and a genius. We love being here with you. Thank you for being our daily therapy. Should I change? I'll change my channel name. Daily therapy. Daily Fredo therapy. Thank you, Anna. She's so sweet, guys. Seriously. Go follow her. Denisec0512, thank you for the super. Thank you to Donna and many thanks to you for being here to update us. My pleasure, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you. What can I say? And another new member. That's so nice. Combat Ready Crisis King. Didn't I read it? Did I read it? I read it. I read it. Okay. ACM 8691. Keep up the convo. Looks like small charred cardboard piece on car floor. All right, so there is this one picture I think he's talking about where there is this white thing that looks burned. I don't know if you guys have a picture in front of you. I don't want to show it because to like moderators of this platform, AI moderators, it might look like a tissue soaked in red liquid and dried out. But actually, there is someone. Let me see if I can find it, because I'm sure I bookmarked this explanation that sounded quite believable to me on what it could be, actually. And as you know, Candace was like, I'm releasing it now and I'm going for 2 weeks for holidays and you guys get to work, you know. Let me know what you think these things are. So I bookmarked one explanation that someone posted. Ah, there it is. I got it. I'll show you now. So if you guys can see the picture from the links that I posted in the description, that would be great, because then you know what I'm talking about. You probably anyway know from the description. So someone said orthopedic cast padding, Webril felt, used to protect the skin from friction under heavy wraps or casts. If it is synthetic or a cotton blend, high heat causes the fibers to melt together, shrink, and crisp up into brittle, patchy brown and white flakes, exactly like the debris in your photo. If this was stuck to the skin or tucked under a strap wrap as a barrier and got severely scorched, it would leave behind this exact crusted, melted shape. I don't know exactly what that could mean. Maybe you guys know better than me. But this explanation stood out to me because there was a lot of, you know, it's a battery, it's a tissue. I don't know. There was a lot of different things said. This explanation made the most sense to me. Faith of 6. Thank you for the super. No one's talking about this, but the second you hear the bang, that magnet on the outside of Charlie's shirt disappears. Keep up the great work. I think it disappears because the shirt folds upwards, and then we see that the magnet is still there, and it's also still there when we watch the video from behind, the TPUSA footage that Candace published. So it's still there. That's why I'm telling you guys, the explanation by Baron, the explanation that there could be a receiver taped to the side of Charlie's chest and something happened with that, it makes more sense to me, because to me, and I know everyone has different thoughts and everyone is seeing something else, but to me, it looks like this charge, this wave that came from underneath him. It almost like travels upwards. That's, I don't know, that's just my opinion. That's all I can do. Okay. Steven Salty 853. Kasia. Yep. Thank you for the super. What was the drop-in jails? Okay, I'm not. That's a nickname, you know. That's a username. What was the date that Charlie started wearing the mic inside his shirt, and the date the order was put in at the explosive factory? Do they correspond? That's a very good question, and I am going to note that down because that should be checked. I think there was another person on X that I saw asking the same question, and it's a very good one. That could be something. Thank you for this one, and thank you for the super. Think Tank Top. Question. Faith Cates founder Next Model Management. Did Erica work as casting director scout for Next Management, yeah, the model agency? What year did she know Einstein? And did she house models victims in Einstein's famous 366th apartment owned by Mark E? Good question. I still don't know what to make of this connection with Einstein. It would blow my mind. I don't know. Is it too crazy? Is it too crazy? I know that we can look into anyone's past and we can, read everything as shady if we want to. But if there is established connection with Einstein and Erica, I mean, that would be the craziest thing in history. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying it's impossible because, again, there are leads that take us there. Good question. Kitty Kitty Meow. Harpool offered med bag to... Yes. I talked about it. Get the bag, possible explosive residue. Yes. So, yeah, a lot of people commented, why didn't he take the bag? We could test it for explosive. We could test it. Like, we could search it. I know. As we say in Polish, musztarda po obiedzie, which is like mustard after dinner. It's an afterthought, so it doesn't count. Would be great to do it at the time. Wish that was a thought then. Maureen Johnston 7414. Thank you very much for the super sticker. And we have another new member, Proud Grandma X21. Thank you so much. Always be true. Mikey, did you know what was to happen on September 10th? I personally, it's hard for me to imagine that he knew. Maybe he knew something was going to happen. And I think Candace, like, we kind of have similar opinion on this. I think we both are confused about Mikey because I genuinely feel like he's a good guy that got in a bad crowd and in a bad situation and he went with it and he got convinced. I don't know, something like that. Maybe he knew something. I don't think he knew a lot of it. The fact that he was crying so much, the fact that he was like folding into himself and he couldn't stand even and he couldn't look at Charlie's coffin, it's two possibilities. Either guilt was eating him up or he was truly the most heartbroken person in that room. We just need to find out which one is that. Klaus was eaten. Cool nickname. Hey Kasia, happy belated birthday. Thank you. Here to reassure you that you're doing a superb job. For those of us Baron crossover fans, the pause is a frequent visitor. Have a lovely weekend, Crisis King. Like I said, these technical difficulties are my biggest fear when it comes to lives, and I live in a village. Sometimes internet betrays us, all right? Sometimes we get the loading circle and it's one of those evenings, but I didn't want to cancel because I have internet issues. I wanted to chat with you guys, especially after yesterday. I wanted to see what you think, and I wanted to tell you what happened after, all the aftermath, the spillage of what was going on. It's a lot. We're going to have a I Am Charlie Kirk documentary, guys. What a joke. Joey Bright 1456. The Lord. The Widow. And now we have the Prego. Yeah, we have Candace. The Prego. Oh, man. Lex 9666. One less 6 would be better, I think. Thank you for the super. I think Erica, Trudeau, Emmanuel Macaroon, Zelensky, and many more are MKU. I don't know, sometimes these words cause problems, and I told you it's been much more strict lately, so I'm trying not to say certain words. Please don't get annoyed. When I pre-record, I can beep them or silence them, you know, how Lionel Nation told me that I sound like a beatboxer sometimes. I can't do it on live, so I have to get creative how to pronounce certain words. So those MK experiments who have been experimented on since birth, they are shells now. What Candace noticed that it's all theater kids. Maybe it has something to do with it. I don't know. It's such a okay. This comment, it's like it's such a big topic. You named names that each has its own crazy story to it. So yes, insane. Mad Fred, why haven't people been charged with destruction and interference of a crime scene? That's what I ask. That's what I, guys, okay, let me pull this up because I did ask that question. I don't know if we discussed it, but I did ask it on my X profile. Why did they tamper with the crime scene? And by the way, I started following that one guy. I will not remember his name off the top of my head because it's a new user that I found who is trying to do like an independent fact check of the stuff that have been found. And he's very, like, no bias. He's just trying to find the truth. And he interviewed the person again, who did an interview and claimed that he was the guy that paved over the crime scene. And he claims now that his words were taken out of context, that governor and FBI didn't call him to do the job. It was just the guy that called him from the university said that it's FBI and the governor that are requesting it and that it's an emergency. So, you know, he is kind of walking back a little bit. Maybe not even walking back. I think a lot of words have been put into his mouth. Anyway, I'll not find it now. I'll find it for the next time. But I did ask everyone, what do they think? Especially the haters and people who believe in FedSlop. What do they think? Why did they pave over? And they keep saying that it was biohazard and they had to do it and the kids were coming back to school on Monday. You know, good old excuses. Charlie passed on Wednesday and they were calling pavers on Sunday. Sorry, no. No matter what they say, I find it weird. That's it. Electronic bookworm. TPUSA never expected this level of scrutiny. They never saw the internet rectal exam coming. They spoke stupidly and often. So yes, at the beginning, if you remember, they were very, very vocal. They were giving interviews. They were talking about what happened, where they were, what they did the previous day, what they did on the day. And then once we started looking into it, comparing their stories, they realized, oops, we need to shut up. That was better strategy, I think. Always be true. I put a link in a comment on your post from yesterday announcing the live. It's an old clip of Charlie praising Candace. It needs to go viral. Okay, let me play it. Let me find it. I love those clips of Charlie talking about Candace. It's always so positive. Let me see if I've seen that one before. There are so many. And there is one with Blake Neff as well, where Charlie defends him. I don't see any link. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, we can have one live that's going to be very positive, and we were just going to talk about positive things, and we will play positive videos of Charlie talking about Candace, how much they loved each other and what good friends they were. For sure, that would be like a healing episode, you know? I think we need some good vibes after yesterday. Think Tank Top, hello again. Trademarks filed After September 10th, Erica filed 3 CK-SIGs. Sorry. The name Charlie Kirk. Signatures. The name Charlie Kirk and I am Charlie on October 24. Trademark LLC suspended Charlie Kirk file, conflicted with the previous filing his parents. Yes, so there was a rumor that they are fighting over trademark. I don't know. Nobody was able to find anything, any documents. So for now, it's a rumor. Danny V777RN. Brian Harple is full of isht. Sorry, I don't know when when it's like shortened words. Sometimes it's hard for me. Negative space on lower right. Okay, I got it. Negative space on lower right would not be where AED pads would have even been placed, which would be upper right and lower left. Interesting. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why this is Candace's strategy. She will release these things and she knows that there are people who might be smarter, who might have experience with the items in the pictures. YSD Films. Thank you very much. Thought of something while watching Baron talk about Mike not go off correctly. What if it was supposed to be another butler or I don't know, WHCD fake unaliving attempt that went wrong? Okay. Now they're stuck in the lie. You know, I had this theory, I don't know, a few weeks ago, maybe months even. I even asked the question, what if they didn't want to unalive him? What if that wasn't the plan? And that's why everyone's shocked reaction. Maybe they just wanted to send a message. That maybe they wanted to fake something, you know, like hurt him enough so it looks scary and it feels scary and everyone wakes up and it's like, oh, left attacked right, but Charlie survives, all right? Maybe that was the plan. And I don't find it totally stupid, this idea. Because everyone's reaction and how they've been acting ever since, where it's this mix of guilt and real grief, that's the only way it would make sense to me. I don't know. We have some new members. Mary Stewart, 9419, welcome, thank you. And ACM8691, thank you so much and welcome. Julie Cooksey, if they, Dan, Ryan, Frank, Andrew, had to be honest, I would ask, why was Charlie unalived? In my opinion, the rest would fall into place after that. If you had a why, the rest would follow. Maybe. Drew GI5YB, thank you very much. Who is the worst TPUSA senior management employee? What? Really? Should I make a poll? I don't know how to make polls. I will learn. It would be fun to do a poll right now. Who is the worst one? But I gotta vote for Blake. Sorry. It's just been a lot of Blake lately, and I think that's why. I think before I would say Andrew, especially after his troll the trolls joke. They're both like Dumb and Dumber, you know. But I'm gonna do the poll. Who is the worst one? But if we will get serious about it, Erica is now senior management. She's the C-level, and she's the worst by default because she was the wife, and she's supposed to be acting better and know better and be better. Edge I8V, thank you. This whole case is bull butter. Since the hospital, surgeon, and ME were on Google Trends, I bet they were on board with Brian Harple, maybe. Ah, so like they had a connection there. Well, look, there we established connections with the hospital, right? There are plenty. Man, there are so many moving pieces in this investigation. Every time I remember, it's been 9 months, guys, of everyday episodes and looking into different aspects. It is a lot. And then we forget one piece of a puzzle. And while we're talking about the other, the first one pops in and we're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Coffee for the crazy. Coffee for the crazy, guys. Here we are about that. Okay. Thank you for the super. I hope you had a wonderful birthday and anniversary, Kasia. I hope you are well. You seem kinda down since you've been back. Prayers and blessings to you and your family. I seem down. I'm not down. I promise. No, I'm just maybe tired. Who isn't that has 2 kids? Everyone is. I think today we're all a little bit more serious after yesterday, what happened. I was genuinely, when Candace posted that she's going to go live and it's an emergency live, and then at the same time Baron was posting these images, like, what is going on? I was anxious. We were all going through it yesterday. So it's dark today. But you're right. Let's try and keep it light anyway, because we're fighting for the truth. And that's a positive thing. We should remember. So again, thank you for the super. And for the birthday wishes. Marlene knows Christ is King. Thank you for the super, Marlene. Drew GI5YB. Conspiracy theorists, no. Truth seekers, yes. Exactly. We just want to know what happened. I wonder if we're just curious, We're so curious that we become truth seekers. Coffee for the crazy again. Thank you very much for another super. I saw part of a YouTube commentary video of an interview of Charlie where he said he was more afraid of those in his inner circle than purple-haired college kids. Now I can't find it. Anyone else see it? It's in one of my episodes. It's 2 episodes ago. I'll tell you the title exactly. Because I played that video there, and actually I credited the person that found the video and made it viral. I blank on the channel name right now, but it's credited in my video. Oh, I wish I remembered my titles better. Then I could be quicker. So, that video is called He Was Afraid, ? On a thumbnail. And the title is Erica told Charlie, God wants you to keep your phone on today. Why? So I played 2 videos in there. It's one clip that Candace was talking about where, the Butler Day. And the second one is the one that you, Coffee for the Crazy, are talking about. Where Charlie, he said he's not afraid of the leftist. He's afraid of someone in his inner circle. His haters. That pretend to be friends. And that's very interesting. Mary Stewart 9419, thank you so much. Question to Trump. Charlie, regarding 10-7 planned 1 year before. 10-7 planned 1 year before. Butler cover-up. It was 10 or 13th? Is it an American writing? Your dates are the other way around. So it should be day, month, and year. But yours is for some reason month, day, year. I don't know why. Battle cover-up. Relentless on Einstein. Stop Iran war. Getting your best friends angry. People wanting him to be president. Which made you allow your government to do this? Yes. So we know we've been speaking about many possible reasons, many possible scenarios. We would need that truthful answer, right? Drew GI5YB again. Thank you. Truth will be out. I hope it's not too late for Tyler. Yes, there are people worrying about that. Thank you. Welcome the new member, Sabrina Bishop. Welcome, welcome, and thank you. Drew GIYB gifted 1 daily Fredo with Kasia membership. Yay, thank you. That's so generous. Sabrina again with a very generous super. Thank you so much. That's very generous. Wanted to show some loves and support today. Well, you did. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sarah Bryan 4364. Love watching your show. Also, you always have a good information and are very honest. I think I've decided I would like to move to your little island. Crisis King. Our little island is great, but we got issues here too, if you know what I mean, because we are very close to, you know who I mean. Yeah. There are some issues, but, you know, it's sunny, it's hot, and we have very good food, so makes up for it. Check out what Coach Colin uses to collect donations with. Much less tax taken out, and you can respond to the comments. Really? Okay. Thank you. That's a good advice. I'm actually going to message him about it and ask him how to set it up. That's cool. By the way, guys, what's the time? Okay, I think soon, if not already, Matt from Trigger Smart is gonna have John Brun on. He's doing an interview with him, and he will be challenging him on the mic theory. He's the father of that theory, guys. Matt already had him twice on his show, but today he will be like challenging him. So you can ask questions and you can see how to debunk his theories. It should be fine. It should be a really good show. I think they are starting in 10 minutes. I'm not sure. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. 88 Alex Lyman. Thank you so much. I don't know what every report or thing anyone has said about where the sound came from, but I don't think I've heard anyone say it came from Charlie's table. Am I missing something? Sniff. Yeah, there were multiple reports of students saying that the sound came from below or from the side. I don't know. Javersberg, thank you for the super. Collab with Coach Colin. Guys, yes, Coach Colin invited me to collab. But guys, in the meantime, he also had a baby. So last time we spoke, he left me on red. We were going to do it. We were going to do the collab. But he also said on his show that he's really bad with following up. It's going to happen. You know, everything happens in the right time. In the meantime, I am preparing some interesting collabs on my show. Okay. And I think collab with Coach Colin will have to happen on my show first, because I don't think he's organized enough right now. He has a tiny little human, okay? That takes a lot. I know he has more tiny humans, but the newborn, guys, it's a different game. If you went through it, you know. So yeah, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to take it on me, all right? We're not going to wait for the coach to make it happen. Imagine you are happy. Thank you so much for the super. I'd ask, Erica Kirk, why did you unalive your husband? Joking. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like to say it I don't like to even think it that she did it, because I don't think she did. I think the most she could have had the knowledge, or she could have taken part in the cover-up, which is kind of, you know, if you're his wife, then it's creepy. And it makes you complicit. I understand, like legally, yes, maybe she could be accused if she had any knowledge and was taking part in the cover-up. But I just don't like to say these words. Maybe I just don't like to believe that about people. Sometimes I watch her videos and I'm like, am I too hard on her? And then I listen to her and then I'm like, no, I'm not hard enough on her. I'm joking. To truth for liberty. Crime scene must be officially marked off before anyone could be charged with tampering with it. Of course, messing with stuff can still be evidence of intent apart from anything else. Guys, this thing with evidence, I've never seen anything like that, because I know for a fact there were people commenting on my videos who unfortunately had their loved ones taken out, and it's been years and they can't get their stuff back. They still fight to get their stuff back. They get the things that were in evidence after the file is closed, after the case is closed, okay? After the ruling happened. How come Erica has his phone? And now we find out that there was a hanger. On that hanger was Charlie's jacket, okay? With stains, you know of what, on it. That jacket is with Erica. I don't understand. Reposted the link on your yesterday's post. My yesterday's post. Maybe I was looking at the wrong post. Man, I post too much. I don't know. I am not sure which post from yesterday you mean. Maybe the one that I... okay, wait. Probably this one. Sorry, guys. I really want to listen to Charlie saying good things about Candace. But I can't, I'm sorry, I can't find it. One last chance, post from yesterday. I'm sorry, I can't find it. I will look for it later and I will repost the video. Thank you. All right. Barburmania. In my opinion, there is not enough people talking about the Jack and Butch Hibbs connection to the UVU event. And thanks for all you do. There are people talking about, actually, Project Constitution posted a video of Butch in a jacuzzi. I think it was today or yesterday. He's living life, guys. He's living life. I agree. We need to, it's a random person being there. I don't understand what was his role. You know, was he another person that Charlie was seeking advice from? Speaking about like training with him for debates. Because that's what we find out, right? Like he only surrounded himself with people that were teaching him how to do his job. Arizona Joe, small skin-colored spandex foam sleeve around mic. Oh, the thing. Oh, the image, the white burnt thing. Okay, small skin-colored spandex foam sleeve around mic. So that would be something that would hold it on the chest. Do I understand it correctly? I don't know anything about these things. Well, Arizona Joe, when burned, scorched, shrinks, and hardens. Yes, you see, that's what that woman wrote in the tweet that I showed you. It's very interesting. and I'm waiting because people really there were so many versions. Like it was a battery that was inside, but it's just too big. It was some kind of booklet. It was a gauze. But it looks burnt and stained at the same time, and it has layers, and it looks crunchy and soft. So it's weird. My question for Erica Kirk would be, did you ever really love Charlie? Remember, she can't lie. It's a good question. I cannot imagine having children with someone you don't love. So I know that Baron wondered about it as well on one of his shows. And I think she did. I think she did. I don't know. I see, maybe because I'm an empath and I want to see it, but I see mix of guilt and grief in all of them, in some kind of way. I don't know. It's very weird. It's hard to watch. New member again. Thank you, Liberty Bell. Thank you very much and welcome. YouTube post announcing today's live. Oh, today's live. You said yesterday's post. Wait. Okay, guys. Third time is a charm. Let's see if I can find that link and play it for all of us to get some good vibes. Let's see, most recent comments. Remember as well that we are in my village, and this is dude, if I'm not gonna see it now, maybe it's some kind of blocked. It's not there. I can't see it. I'm gonna check why technically I cannot see it. Maybe something is blocking your link. I don't know. Sorry about it, and thank you for the supers. Always be true. No, Earth, body, life. New member, welcome, and thank you very much. Carlos Maida 5421. Keep up the good work. Christ is King, and God bless you. God bless you too. Thank you so much, guys. Without you, nothing makes sense. You know, we're speaking to empty walls, and that's it. And I want you guys to know that it's truly like that. When I upload an episode, I go through comments. For as long as I can, I'm sitting and I'm reading all the comments because I am truly curious what you guys are going to say. And it's lovely to receive like these words of encouragement and wishes and blessings and prayers and all that. And I appreciate it so much. But also it's great to hear from the experts in you know, amongst my subscribers when they know what they're talking about and they're like correcting me or adding something on top and giving me ideas for the next podcast. It's amazing. So you guys are amazing. You're the MVPs. That's what you say. Always be true. What the fekete short video called Can't Fake Admiration. Maybe my comment on your YouTube post didn't hold. Maybe. But we will find this video and I will play it on the next one. I'll prepare like a couple of videos for us to reminisce on. Okay, Lisa AU. Charlie speaking about Candace is a Christine video she posted yesterday. Coach uses Buy Me a Coffee for donations. Okay, thank you. I will check it out. I promise I'll check the video, okay? And we'll play it on the next live. And I'll speak to Coach about the collab and about the coffee thing. Because, you know, maybe I can name it my way. Buy me a Fredo. So, you know, little brand humor. Melissa Davis 4674. Thank you for your work. Watching from Canada. Canada, nice. Thank you so much. Wintana Teckle, U5W. In my opinion, Erica Kirk had to let Charlie Kirk, she was his handler. She offered to plan fake unaliving, but betrayed him by actually taking him out. Charlie must have known something. We watched those videos from UVU, his behavior leading up to the main event. And sometimes it does look like he's a little bit, like he's getting ready for something, like he's like uneasy. But I don't know if it's us projecting the knowledge that we already have of what's going to happen, or there is something to it. There are some new videos that I found from that day that are very interesting. Very interesting. There is something going on between Zach and Terrell. Something's going on there. So I am going to leave it for the next time. And I am thinking of doing another live show tomorrow, and you guys need to tell me what you think about it. I'm going to look at chat now. Because I know that some of you really enjoy my short videos, like 20-minute episodes with like snippets and my summary. I know that a lot of you follow me for this, so I don't want to disappoint anybody. But I might not have time to film in the morning and then edit and upload on time. So I'm thinking to do another live just in case. But I don't know. I cannot promise anything. You guys can let me know what you would prefer. Live or no episode, basically. That's the choice we have. Let's do another live. You know, this is not going to be an issue soon because I have, and it's been few years actually, at least a year or year and a half, that I have Daily Fredo Clips channel. Okay, I don't talk about it. I just post some shorts there from the episodes. But now that I do lives, we're going to post snippets, like shorter clips, but full clips per topic from lives. So if you don't want to sit through the whole thing, the 2-3 hours maybe in the future, I don't know. So far, we've been keeping it to 2 hours. I think it's a healthy balance that we're keeping here. But if it's too long for you guys, you will be able to watch it on the Clips channel. You can find it not very easily because it's still tiny. It doesn't have a lot of followers. I haven't been talking about it. I haven't been promoting it. But yeah, we'll be posting stuff there as well. Okay, I see a lot of you would like a live. Okay, if I manage tomorrow to organize myself well enough to prepare and have time in the evening, then we're gonna do another live and I'll keep you guys posted. I try to give you at least 2-hour notice so you have time to join me. Okay, very nice. All right, I think that's it for today. I think we exhausted the topics that I prepared for today. There is so much more. I still can't believe that there will be a documentary coming out made by TPUSA. I found out about it right before this live started, and I didn't have time to process it even. And I know that it's a good idea to remind you guys to check your subscription because apparently YouTube has been unsubscribing you guys from my channel. So maybe just have a look if you're still subscribed. Because if you're not, you might not receive notifications as well about the episodes or about the streams. So yeah, I heard it's a good advice to remind you. So if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. All right. And also if you want more content, follow me on Instagram and X. at dailyfredo. I post clips on Instagram, I post pictures on Instagram, and on X. I am very active with discussion, all right? I'm actually interacting with you guys, with other creators, a lot going on there. If you're not into X, don't worry. As you know, I keep you posted on my episodes, so you're not gonna miss anything. But still, if you wanna connect further, find me on those channels. And that's it for today. I hope, oh wait, there is super. I promised I'm gonna read all of them, so I don't wanna miss any. There are more supers. Okay, wait guys, wait. Before I say bye for tonight, let me just read those because I don't want anyone to be sad. Okay, Matt Bell, K9H, love your show, nice work, and thank you. I thank you, for real. We have a new member, that's Matt, and we're welcoming him. We have a, wait, I saw name of the next user, Mr. Huachuca. Love you, Kasia. I'd ask Farnsworth to release the footage from the cameras you stole and the sound from the road. Mike, absolutely. And that wouldn't be a wasted question or a request because we all would like to see it. But as we said today, we also need to start asking about that footage from the Google glasses. We need that, guys. That would be a good one to get our hands on it. But yes, that's all for tonight. Tonight for me, guys, it's almost midnight for me. It's early for you guys. You still have the whole evening in front of you. I am gonna just turn in now. So I'm gonna avoid the awkward goodbyes. I'm just gonna say, as I always say, that's all for today. Have a good one. And probably 90% see you tomorrow.